You'll need to complete a full lap before I can analyze your telemetry. Focus on driving smoothly, and I'll guide you corner by corner.
I got a little bit scared. I was not expecting that.
Next time, aim for a higher gear around 5th at the apex instead of 2nd. Also, avoid braking
Okay.
here, as it's unnecessary.
But I don't know the track, man. I don't know the track, so how am I supposed to know that? Hello everyone, Lorenzo here. One of the things that I am obsessed with in sim racing is practicing as quickly as possible. Don't get me wrong, practice in sim racing is essential. However, sim racers are usually quite busy people. We've got jobs, families, girlfriends, boyfriends, etc. And we want to spend our limited time in the simulator actually racing. At least I know that I do. I enjoy practice, but I really just want to race as soon as possible each week. And this is why ever since I sim race, I went on a quest to really find out what is the fastest way that I can get up to speed on a track. And in fact, one of my more popular videos is my efficient practice guide, which I will link up here at the top of the video. Do check it out if you find this topic interesting. But today we are taking on a new approach. I am going to use an AI coaching tool, Trophi.ai, to try and figure out whether this is going to be the next step in sim racing practice, provided I have never done a sim racing coaching session before. Everything I've learned is self-taught through material that I found on YouTube and just freely available online. Now, this week, Super Formula Lights, which is the series that I'm running at the moment mostly, is running at Mugello. I have never ever raced Mugello before, never driven it before. So I'm going to buy the track, I'm gonna get out there and I'm going to see with my AI coach how quickly it'll take me to get to a decent race pace. And I will also try to compare this experience with AI to my more usual way of practicing, which is using track guides. So I usually would watch a track guide, go out, practice, maybe watch it again, go out, improve, and so on. But first I want to show you what Trophi.ai actually is and how you can get it. There's also a free version. I will be looking at the paid version here. This is not a sponsored post. I'm just gonna go in, get it, and just check it out and see how it goes. I'm very excited for this, and if you find the video interesting, please consider liking, consider subscribing. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's see if AI can help us get better at sim racing. Trophi.ai is a AI gaming coach, specifically for racing games, but actually even Rocket League. But you've got iracing on this, Assetto Corsa, F1 2023, replace hours of grinding and guessing with expert coaching that fast tracks your advancement. That stuff is music to my ears. As you can see from this screenshot here, you get some actual overlays which literally give you a report on your technique and what you should focus on. I mean, that's amazing. Have I not heard about this? I mean, from what I've read, I did a little bit of research on Reddit. This thing has been around for about a year, and most of the feedback is very much positive. The best part, the base version is free. Let's check out the pricing. So, choose your game. Well, we want sim racing. So the plan, let's do build monthly. It's either free. Free gives you all game access, AI coach report with single lap analysis, live on track telemetry, which is pretty cool, and interactive training tools. Okay, the premium, which is $12, well $13 a month, gives you everything in basic, unlimited lap storage and multi-lap analysis rather than single lap analysis, live on-track telemetry with all the overlays that I assume are the ones that we saw in the screenshot before, live on-track AI coach that actually speaks to you as you're driving, and priority customer care. If you go for the professional, which is 70 a month, you actually get one-on-one coaching with Driver 61 coaches and even a Driver 61 pro racing session. I mean, I'm not gonna go there. I know that Driver 61 does tailored coaching sessions as well, but I just need something for the day-to-day. And I think for me, what I'm looking for as a very active sim racer is the premium. If this really saves me a lot of time is money, I'm down to invest. Let's try it, guys. Alright everyone, so I've installed the app, so let's take a quick tour of the app itself and what the various features are that it offers. So it starts with My Laps. My Laps here allows you to see an AI analysis of your recent laps on track. We'll check out My Laps later after we put some laps in. Weekly series is where you can prepare for the upcoming track in the series that you're running. So let's see. So these are all the cars that are supported by Trophi.ai. There's a full list on their website. I'll put that in the description. What we're interested in is the Super Formula Lights, and we're gonna be training here for Mugello today. So as you can see, you can train up to 1 week ahead. Track conditions and ghost laps. So these are the conditions of the session. You can watch an expert lap, so you get an actual track guide as you would normally watch on YouTube here within the app itself, within the video player on the app. But of course, then this one is from Driver 61. You can launch overlays within this menu. This is something that we'll see later once we're in the sim. And then you can also review your laps. You can use this to actually analyze your laps. We have none yet, so we'll come back to this later. Next feature in the menu is the Training Hub. So Training Hub is a series of challenges that you can do to improve your technique. So you can actually launch a real-time on-track coach to help you, guide you through the track. There's two types of real-time AI track coaching, and we'll see them again later on in a bit once we're in the sim. Telemetry overlays is where you can compare your overlays to the experts in real time. Time trials is to improve in the time trials feature in iracing, which to be fair I don't really do much of. Mini games are actual little technical drills that you can do in order to improve your technique. For example, in this case with brake pressure and other types of technical skills. And then we also have Driver 61 University, which you can actually use to take part in driving courses, which is really cool. I believe that's also included with my subscription. And then finally, you have access here to one-on-one coaching sessions. However, as we already saw, you need the professional subscription to actually make use of this feature. And essentially this app is absolutely feature packed. I think there's a lot of value here, but the best way to find out is to get on track, to turn on the AI coach, turn on the overlays, see what kind of feedback we get, see how it works, and see how well it helps me learn a track that I've never learned before. We're going to Mugello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna be firing up Trophi.ai for the first time. Let's see how it goes. Alright everyone, we're on track, we're at Mugello. I just bought the track. I have never done a single lap here before. Let's see how long it takes me to get up to speed using the AI assistant. So, we're gonna fire up the app. Here it is. We're gonna go to weekly series, and then we're going to look for the Super Formula Lights. By the way, it's worth noting that so far Trophi.ai only supports the fixed series, so setup is not taken into consideration here. We're gonna be going to launch overlay, and Let's click on launch, and this should be, here it is. There's the black box for the overlay control. I can already see that there's live telemetry.
Welcome to the session at Mugello. I'll be giving you quick, precise advice
Okay.
as you drive. You'll need to complete a full lap before I can analyze your telemetry. Focus on driving smoothly, and I'll guide you corner by corner. Let's get started.
Okay, really cool. So I got a little bit scared. I was not expecting that. Suddenly he was blasting in my ears. But okay, Mansell AI is live. Let's resize this window a little bit. So this menu here shows us live telemetry overlays, and I believe that the overlay, as you can see, you an expert, overlaps your own telemetry and the experts in real time, which is a really cool feature. This can be resized quite easily, which is great. You can compare brakes, throttle, steer, speed, gear changes, and coach log. So that's interesting. I think coach log is probably a log of the prompts that the coach gives you, which is Mansell.ai. Here it is, by the way. But let's go step by step here. Um, Change reference lap. Okay, so I think this allows me to change the lap that I'm comparing myself to. So the fastest one is a 37.3. So I'm not exactly sure what the conditions are. Oh, actually here they are. 25 degrees, 0.45% humidity, 31-degree track temperature. I'm not exactly sure what the conditions are in my session now, but I can quickly figure that out using my Race Labs overlays. So 25 degrees, 26.1. You know what? Let's just pick the fastest one, 37.4 lap time. So let's also use this to give ourselves a goal, right? If I can get within 2 seconds of this professional lap of 37.4, I'll be happy. Um, so let's aim for a 39.3. You know what? Let's aim for a 39 flat to start with. We put that in. So the reference lap is in. Then what do we have here? Real-time skill assessment, breakpoints, peak brake pressure, throttle application, and so on. So what this does is I believe it gives you an indication of how well you're hitting your breakpoints, your brake pressure, your throttle application, and so on in comparison to your reference lap, and it does that in real time. So that's also a feature that I want to check out. Maybe we can start actually with breakpoints, because the first thing I usually try to learn are my braking points. So we opened that real-time skill assessment, and as you can see, you receive grades and feedback based on your braking points. Too early, I guess in the middle it's perfect, and that's too late. So that's really interesting. Let's have that up here. There's many more real-time skill assessment overlays. We're not gonna put more for now because I don't really want to get overwhelmed. I usually work at one thing at a time when I work on my usually on my training. So we'll put this one at a time or two at a time at most, I think. The next thing, actually the most interesting thing for me is Mansell AI. So there's a volume setting, coach enabled. You're gonna want to have this on, I presume. Coaching focus. So this is what I was talking about before. There's two types of coaching: track acclimatization, which teaches you the track from scratch, and track coach, which actually helps you improve your lap time. I want to go for track acclimatization because this is gonna teach you the track literally from scratch. So it tells you what kind of corners are coming up so that you can spend your outlap and your time on track as efficiently as possible. We're gonna click on that. We have that enabled. Language English. Oh,
Hi there, I'm Mansell, your AI racing coach. I'll help you learn the track and improve your laps. For the first couple of laps, I'll guide you through the turns and brake points. After that, I'll use your telemetry data to fine-tune your driving advice.
okay.
Let's get started and have a great session.
That's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. So I think we can close this. Let's keep it to the coach log. Let's get out there and let's see how this goes, guys. All right. First lap at Mugello with my AI coach. Let's do this.
After this right, stay right for the upcoming left. Medium brake required. After the next left, great job on your gear shift and brake application last turn. However, you brake, stay left after. Well done on your brake application and throttle control through that last section. Stay right for the left tightening corner. Nice throttle application. However, you braked significantly after the fantastic throttle control through the last section.
He doesn't have time to keep up.
However, after the next tightening right, stay left. Solid throttle application through the last turn. Next time, aim for 5th gear and great job on your throttle application and brake control through that last After this tightening, great job on gear at apex and throttle application through that last turn. For the next similar, after fantastic job on gear at apex and throttle application through the last turn. Just avoid braking there to maintain your speed and reduce tire. After excellent throttle control and after this right, stay left.
Oh my god.
Great job on throttle and brake application through the last turn.
Alright. Alright.
Aim for 4th gear at the apex. After the next left and right turns, stay right. Medium brake for the tightening left hairpin.
Maybe.
Great job on your throttle and brake application through that last hairpin.
I am actually doing this wrong.
However, you brake significantly too hard, causing increased tire wear. Try to brake more gently next time. Nice work on throttle application and brake points.
He's going through
that
every
last
corner
kink.
retrospectively.
Next time, aim for 5th gear at the apex instead of 3rd to improve your speed.
Okay, so I can already tell you, track acclimatization, he's having trouble keeping up with what I'm doing. Right now I'm just driving using visual references and I'm already able to go around the track relatively quickly. I'm not sure whether track acclimatization is supposed to be done going very slowly or even slower than I was going, but he's really having trouble keeping up with my driving, and also it's very distracting. So far this is actually not really helping. The log is interesting, he gave me a ton of information and I'm actually quite overwhelmed at this point. So yeah, slightly disappointing first impression of track acclimatization purely because of how quickly or how much he's saying and how much trouble he's having keeping up. But I also understand that he wants to give me information, and I suppose maybe it's better to do this more slowly.
Great throttle application through that last kink. Next time, aim for a higher gear around 5th at the apex instead of 2nd. Also, avoid braking here, as it's unnecessary.
But I don't know the track, man. I don't know the track, so how am I supposed to know that? So he's doing more than acclimatizing me. He's actually giving me tips on how to go quick, which is not what I asked for. I asked for track acclimatization. So let me check the settings again real quick. Yeah, no, we've got it on the right coaching focus. You know what? I don't really need track acclimatization because I can see it here. So I'm actually gonna switch the Mansell AI to track coach, so that he can actually help me get faster.
Alright, let's get to it.
There we go.
I'm here to give you quick, precise feedback based on your performance.
Quick, precise is what we
need.
need.
A full lap before I can start analyzing your
Okay,
telemetry.
let's try this instead
Expect
of track
short, direct
acclimatization.
advice for each corner to help you improve.
That's what we need.
Let's make this session count.
Okay, that makes sense, because in track acclimatization he gives you a lot of info, so I think you're supposed to really go really slow there. As you can see, the white line is my braking in real time, and it's comparing in real time to the blue line, which is from the expert. So let's do a couple of laps and then let's see what advice Mansell AI gives us. But now I can see already that I'm supposed to be braking soon. I guess it's at the 50? Oh no, it's a little bit later than 50. So you see, I can already start making these deductions by looking at the live. Oh, you're not even supposed to brake here, I guess, when the tires are warm. So I can understand a lot by looking at that live braking overlay, and also there's no braking here either. Lots of camber. I'm in the wrong gear though. Oh, okay. It's a braking zone here, a little bit later, okay. And as you can see, I also have my breakpoints live. It's at 50. Sort of a late apex. Oh, okay, too early on the gas. Okay, I feel like I'm understanding. Okay, there it's pretty much flat. Brake at 50. Yeah, okay, there we go. So it's very easy, very easy to understand the breakpoints using that live braking overlay, and also using the breakpoints feedback, live feedback top left.
San Donato, brake 15 meters earlier and turn in 15 meters sooner. Carry 20 km/h more speed into the corner and stay in 4th gear at the apex.
We need to stay in 4th gear, 20 kilometers an hour more. That's very precise.
25 meters later and turn in 20 meters sooner.
Okay. Okay, I gotta get used to that corner. There's no braking here.
1. No need to brake here. Carry 20 km/h more speed through the corner.
Yeah, no braking here.
Scarperia. Brake 40 meters later and stay in 3rd. Enter 5 km/h faster and maintain that speed through the corner. Corinteo hairpin. Brake 25 meters later and ease off the brake pressure by 20%.
I braked too early there. Oh, this is where I need to accelerate later, okay.
Brake 35 meters later and ease off the brake pressure by 40%.
I need to take that corner much more in a straight line. The brake marker here was 50, we learned that before. Actually a little bit later even, compared to the live telemetry. We're gonna have to find another marker, another reference point after the 50 word.
Scarperia. Brake 20 meters later and turn in 15 meters sooner.
This is the flat section.
Apply throttle 45 meters earlier and carry 10 km/h more speed through the corner.
I need to... I accelerated too early there.
New fastest lap for you.
Alright.
For this hairpin at San Donato, turn in 25 meters earlier and apply throttle 25 meters sooner.
Alright, Mansell. Let's relax for a moment. Yes, guys. About 15 minutes of proper focused training and I'm on a 39.6. Now remember, the goal that I set at the beginning of the session is a 39 flat. We've been at it for about 15 minutes. I haven't watched the track guide. I only used the track map, which is from Race Labs, the live brakes comparison to the expert lap, and the breakpoints feedback, which gives you feedback on the previous breakpoint during the lap. I already feel like this is going quite well. We've been 15 minutes in. I understand already what most of the breakpoints are. I understand which corners I'm struggling in the most, and I'm also understanding quite well what I need to do better thanks to Mansell's advice. Now, it's time to add a little bit more information to try and get that lap time down to a 39 flat. And so, as we get back on track with my second practice stint here with Trophi.ai, I'm coming in one day after recording to give you my overall experience and my overall review of Trophi.ai, and I'm also here to show you a few more features that I think you would really like. Overall, I was really impressed with how intuitive and easy to set up the app is. It's definitely hassle-free. One of the standout features for me was the real-time telemetry comparison overlay. It's a game changer for improving your lap times because it lets you see exactly where you need to brake and by how much, along with other crucial telemetry comparisons. Being able to compare every aspect of your driving to a reference lap in real time is huge and really saves you time, in my opinion. The live coaching feedback overlays are definitely another highlight. They provide a score at a glance for each corner, which makes it super easy to quickly assess what you did well and what you need to work on. This kind of instant feedback really helps you focus your practice on specific areas, minimizing aimless laps, which are huge time wasters. However, my advice for new users is to start with just a couple of overlays so you don't get overwhelmed. As you get more comfortable, you can add more overlays. As you see here, I eventually ended up doing this because it allows you to process more information and learn faster. Now, one thing I really liked about the Mansell AI is the quality of the feedback. It genuinely feels like you're being coached by a professional. The written coaching log is another useful feature, as it allows you to review your laps retrospectively, even if you miss a spoken instruction. This makes it very easy to get the most out of each session. An underrated aspect of the app is that it makes practice genuinely a lot less lonely. Sure, Mansell can be a bit chatty at times, but it's a welcome companion that makes practice sessions a lot more interesting. Another feature I absolutely loved is the lap analysis tool. You can pick one of your laps and it breaks down which sectors need improvement, giving specific advice on braking, turning, acceleration, and all other kinds of factors. You also get graded on your overall track performance, which helps you to easily understand what to work on next. The fact that these ratings change in real time makes it super satisfying to see your progress. However, of course, there are a few areas where I think Trophi.ai could improve, at least from my, let's say, initial experience. Mansell sometimes gives too much information and it can be a bit too specific. For example, instead of saying brake 15 minutes later and hit the apex 20 kilometers an hour faster, it would be a lot easier to process that information if you just said brake slightly later and carry a bit more speed. I mean, corners come at you really fast when you're hot lapping, so concise feedback is key. This brings me to my next point, which is that Mansell can be a little bit distracting, especially when you're just starting off. Over time it gets easier to listen and to focus simultaneously, but it can be a bit overwhelming at first. A pro tip here is to disable the post-corner feedback. This way Mansell only talks about the corner you're about to approach, making it easier to focus on what's ahead rather than what just happened. Now, here's the big question. Did Trophi.ai help me get up to speed quicker than watching a track guide and practicing on my own? Well, based on my experience, I believe that it did. I timed my improvement and here's what I found. It took me about 20 minutes to hit my first goal of a 139 flat, just over a second and a half slower than the expert lap of a 137.4. I then set a new goal to reach a 138.4, aiming to get within a second of the expert lap, which took me about 40 minutes to achieve. After an hour of practice, I consistently hit 138.5, which I felt was good enough to compete in official races. Now, while I can't say for sure if it would have taken longer to reach the same pace just using a track guide, I feel like it would have. Plus, I had a lot of fun training this way. It made me feel more professional, quote unquote, and assisted. And it was just really enjoyable. And again, bear in mind that this was with never having driven Mugello before. This was genuinely my first ever time on track, and I felt like I was ready to race it within the hour at a consistent pace of 1 second away from the expert lap. So guys, I'll definitely continue using this app and I would love to hear from you if you'd like to see more videos about it. As always guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about this, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys.